How many of you have kids? Okay, great. Keep your hands up. How many of your kids do really disgusting things sometimes? Fantastic. Okay, we have something in common. I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old named Ruby. She's a little princess. She's awesome. And I have a 2-year-old named Easton. And he's my little buddy, but he's also kind of a monster, and he does really disgusting things. One of these disgusting things my wife and I discovered about 2 weeks ago. We also have a dog, and he's learned some tricks from his dog. And one of the tricks he learned had to do with a toilet. So what Easton tends to do, because he can't reach the sinks, and because he can find his sister's teacup, he tends to go to the toilet and serve himself out of the toilet. It's a real thing. You know how we discovered it was that he had a teacup and he came out of the bathroom with water in it. Dude can't reach the sink. He's got his dad's genes, right? So he comes out of the bathroom with a little teacup full of water. This was about 2 weeks ago, and my wife, Kayla, looks at him and says, "Hey, buddy, where'd you get that water?" And he looks at her and he's like, the sink, and just does that. And I look at Kale, I'm like, he's lying. He's lying. He can't reach that sink. I've been there. I couldn't reach the sink either. And she goes, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that water? Where'd you get it? And he's like, potty. I got it from the potty. He said potty. He didn't say I got it from the potty. He's 2. He's not genius yet. But anyway, so he gets out of the potty. So we tell him, hey, buddy, and you got to try not to laugh. You know, your kid just drank out of the toilet. You don't drink out of the potty. You don't do it. Okay, Daddy. Okay, Daddy. What happens if you drink out of the potty? I get a timeout. You get a timeout. You go to the corner and you think about how gross that is. So we tried to instill this into Easton's mind, but he just doesn't get it because he'll come out of the bathroom. This is gross, but I'm going to share it because it's real. With water dripping down his chin. And he has this big, proud grin on his face. And he thinks he's getting away with it because, you know, babies don't really know they have all that stuff all over their face. And he looks at me and he's like, thirsty, Daddy. Where'd you get that water? The sink. Where'd you get the water? The potty. What's next? Timeout. And this happens over and over again to the point that he drinks out of the toilet more than my dog does. So maybe it's a competition. I don't know. I don't know if it's a competition. I don't know if they communicate and Marshall, the dog's like, hey, I'll get that potty. He's like, I'm going to get more of that potty. I don't know how it happens, but what I do know is this. Even though it's disgusting and it's weird, and I've warned him, and he knows the consequences of drinking out of the potty, he does it over and over and over again, like all the time. I'm sure at his Mimi's right now, he's drinking out of the potty because he just loves to do it. And it's gross.